I'm Zisis Kozlakidis. I'm the head of Laboratory Services and Biobanking at the International Agency for Research on Cancer, which is the executive agency of the World Health Organization for research on cancer. Before I do, maybe I can say a couple of words for the agency so that you understand the perspective that we're coming into it. So, the International Agency for Research on Cancer is cancer research for cancer prevention. So we try to understand the causes of cancer, describe the incidence of cancer, and then go into guidelines and recommendations. So to this end, I think for innovation, there are a couple of steps that we need to take. The first is that we need to have good data upon which the innovation can thrive. And why we say this, because yes, we have a lot of data in healthcare, but most of that data comes from only two regions in the world. It comes from North America and Europe. So the data that we need with a global vision for innovation to be successful has also to be global. The other critical parameter for innovation is to actually train the end users of the innovation, so the clinicians that are going to use that innovation, so that when it comes to them, it's not something foreign that is on top of their task that they have to learn, but something that they're reasonably familiar, that they can extend their skills. There are a couple of problems. There are some common problems that we have. So, for example, infrastructure or the lack of funding to support the infrastructure. So when we say that we need to collect data, for example, data is an expensive exercise in the long term. It needs a lot of electricity to generate it, to keep it running, if you want to train AI systems, that takes a lot of computer power, which is also quite expensive in terms of an energy consumption. So if you look for low middle income countries, that bill starts to go up. So the infrastructure, in some cases it's there. So we have islands of excellence in low middle income countries that perform really fantastic job, and they have excellent data, but just that, they're islands of excellence. It's not necessarily true that we can extrapolate what they have to the rest of the population. The other complexity is the standardization of data. So how data is reported is not uniform across the world. There is a lot of progress, but not there yet. The first one is really education. So we need to incorporate a lot of these learnings into the educational curricula, especially in medical schools, quicker than we've done so far. So to give you an example, a lot of the medical students in Europe do never train in AI, in not just artificial intelligence, but any of the data processing mechanisms. But then when it comes to medical practice, they will be asked to use algorithms as to decide on the diagnosis or the prognosis of the patient. So we need to incorporate that knowledge, which already exists, earlier in the growth of those professionals.